Mr. Karumba, how can the diaspora unlock full potential of Rwanda's creative economy, especially in the sports and entertainment industry? But I would also like to just add a question to that. Can you also talk about your work ethic and your discipline? And I think they say whom much is given, much is required. We have opportunities, but we also have distractions. Can you also talk about that as well? Thank you.
Thank you so much. But first of all, I'm from here, I'm Diaspora myself. Nikambanzi suza abavyeyi people say baba Diaspora muraho murakomeye. Narimba kumbuye cyane. Yeah. So that's a great question. Actually, I get asked that a lot because I'm not from a background of music or sport or anything, and actually, my background is mathematics. You know, I studied math in my college and master's degree. I mastered in statistics, so I'm a numbers person. Even my first business here was not related at all on entertainment or sport. And, you know, I was just doing other things. But then when the time came, I went to Rwanda and found myself, you know, being called Coach Gael. In the entertainment and sports industry. So someone would ask me, why did you do that? As every good entrepreneur, I saw two things. I saw a gap and I saw an opportunity. So there was really a great gap in Rwanda, not only in Rwanda, but in East Africa, when it comes to the creative industry, the sport industry. There is no investors into those sectors. So there was that need. And another thing is, it's the opportunity that I saw. Actually, let me first lay this foundation for a lot of young people, brothers and sisters who are here. There's never been a better time than being an African creative than today. This is the best time. And I'll tell you why. From usually in the past, the Western world used to consume our art, to consume our songs and everything and our sports, but we're never recognized. But today, for the first time, when you see the Davidos, the Burna Boys filling up stadiums all over Europe, also here in America, when you sing from the Tyler to Terms, you know, topping charts everywhere. When you see the Trevor Noah, you know, they're being called to host the Grammys. Now, African designers, African filmmakers are winning global awards. This is our time. This has never happened before. But right now, they are not only consuming our art, they are also recognizing it. And Rwanda, to me, is the best country right now that's positioned to really receive most of those benefits, and I will tell you why. You might say that I'm biased because I'm Rwandese, but I'm biased with, you know, because I have facts. So right now, I think with the great leadership we have, our policy, we have, I think, the top infrastructures of sports and entertainment in Africa. You know, from BK Arena to Amahoro Stadium. So those are things that really puts us in a position to really be on that global stage. But not only that, in terms of infrastructures, Rwanda has become a hub of events, you know, from hosting Trace Awards, like those global awards, to hosting the most prestigious basketball leagues like BAL. We were also in the discussion to host the Grammys, and I think also we are hosting very soon the Cycling World Cup this year. And we also had some in the conversation. Maybe I'm not informed of hosting Formula One. No? No? So I always tell young people, even though Rwanda might be considered small, we are small, but we have a big vision. So, and that really puts us and puts our local talents on this spotlight that can really put them on those global stages. So those are the things that we really have that are going for us. But there are still some gaps. And that's why right now we're addressing the diaspora. The gaps we still have, the number one challenge right now is the mindset. You know, investors, some of our elders here, parents, you still think that sports and music cannot be a career. Ibintu by'imiziki ni byo ku cyumweru sha. Uraririmba sha ariko ujye wiga. You know, because that's the mindset we have. You know, and even for some, and it's sad, but even for some policymakers, they still think that entertainment cannot really be a driver for the economy. But that's not true. Because right now, when actually you do some research, you realize that the entertainment industry of Nigeria contributes $300 million every year to the GDP of that country. And that number grows 13% every year. When you see just a small example that happened, actually, I think a couple months ago, Chris Brown, he went to perform in South Africa. They paid him around $2 million. For some people, you'd be like, no, $2 million for someone to come perform? So for some people, can't even understand. But right now, it's documented. While he was there, that week, the economy of Johannesburg, they did make more. Actually, they say some research they say was about 40 million, but just go on the lower side. They said between 20 to 30 million dollars, the economy, just one person being in one city for 1 week. Thousands of jobs were created. More than 100,000 tourists came from all over the world just to come and see him perform. So can you imagine one day a Rwandese musician or an athlete being our national pride like that? Because this is this is the difference between the entertainment industry and other sectors. Because it doesn't only have the potential to drive the economy, the tourism, but also it has this potential to build national pride and global presence. You know, you might own a lot of real estates in Kigali, but you will never be invited on a global stage here in America and come up the stage with the flag of Rwanda. But a musician or an athlete can be the best in the world and be invited here, and they will just wrap him in the Rwandan flag. So I think the gaps we still have, the mindsets, the technology right now, we still have a problem with digital monetization. We don't have IP laws in Rwanda. Actually, I was sitting with a great lawyer, but please help us. We don't have IP laws. IP laws, we don't know what IP means intellectual property laws. We are still struggling. In Rwanda, we don't have CMOs, those collection agencies, and it's a big problem because we invest a lot in doing one song. So sometimes you just see a video of 3 minutes and you think that's it. There is a lot that goes behind that 3-minute video. Sometimes, it's thousands of dollars. But we just put it out there. Someone watches on YouTube, and maybe we collect some royalties here and there on DSPs. But then bars, restaurants, and radio stations, TV stations, they play it for free. That doesn't happen here. That doesn't happen anywhere. That doesn't even happen in Kenya or in Nigeria. So we still have those gaps, but I think the youth here in the diaspora have the knowledge. Actually, what we need the most, the technology to come and build those systems. And you have connections. You can be a bridge. So there is still a lot to do, and there is great, great potential. And I think our time is now.